Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Kelly and it's my turn in this awesome collaboration A to Z of Christmas craft hosted by the wonderful Rachel from RachandBella Crafts. Today my prompt is 6 geese laying from the 12 days of Christmas, and so I have chosen the letter S for 6 and we are making a Santa's closet today. I made this project using a piece of 12 by 12 scrapbook paper. It is super simple to make and can be used in a variety of themes, not just Christmas. Our bottom drawer flips down to reveal Santa's sock drawer where his boots and socks are stored, and he hides Mrs. Claus's presents. Very original. These Santa images come from a napkin I recently received and was the inspiration behind my Santa's closet. So we open the closet doors and it reveals the rest of Santa's costume and his Santa's sack, all hanging nicely in there waiting for Christmas Eve. I use these Tim Holtz metal fasteners as the doorknobs and have magnets behind the napkin to hold the doors closed. How fantastic has this collaboration been? So much wonderful inspiration. I've been having so much fun crafting along. It's been really delightful and definitely has me in the Christmas spirit, that's for sure. When you attach this to your journal page, it's made to flip up, and underneath we have a large pocket that I've got a journal card tucked in, but you can tuck photos or whatever you want to. We have this extra journaling space, and when you attach it to your page you can also do it as another tuck. Or your second option is to tuck the flap into a pocket, so then it is removable and you can take it out as you want to. The one we make together today is not going to have the metal bits or magnets, just in case you don't have these available to you. And we're going to do a journaling space inside. I want it to be easy for everyone to make, so let's get started. I'm using a 12 by 12 piece of scrapbook paper for this. You can use any size you want, just adjust the project size to suit your needs. Double-sided is best, so then you don't have to line the inside of your cupboard, but the option is yours. From this paper we want to cut a 4.5 by 12 inch piece, and this is our main cupboard piece, and a 5.5 inch by 9 inch piece. I find it easier to work in inches, even though I'm an Aussie and we use the opposite, but if you would like the centimetre conversion, just comment below. This piece we just set aside. You can use that for decorating and whatnot later. So there's our two pieces to make the cupboard, and here's two I prepared earlier. I like to ink, so I did that all off screen to get it ready. This is our door piece, and I've added a thumb notch, but that is optional. And this is our main cupboard base piece. So we start with our long piece. This is the 4.5 by 12, and we're going to fold up this bottom flap to make our drawer. You can choose whatever size you want your drawer to be. I like big drawers, so this is roughly just under 2 inch fold. From the bottom of this drawer to the top of the fold is 7 inches we want, and you just fold the rest down to the reverse side. You can cut this flap down if you want it smaller, but I like keeping it large. We then move on to our doors, which is our 5.5 by 9 inch piece, and we fold each end into the center. You may have a gap. If you do, that's good. If not, that doesn't matter either. You can just trim it or leave it as is. Now we assemble the cupboard, and it is as simple as putting the doors behind our main cupboard piece, folding all the flaps closed, and there's our cupboard. If you are adding a thumb hole, just make sure it is facing to the bottom of the cupboard, so when you flip it up, it's the right way up. Now we are ready to glue our cupboard together. I'm using art glitter glue and just gluing 3 sides so it leaves our large pocket on the back open. If you have been following along in this collaboration and enjoying all the makes, Rachel from RachandBella Crafts is doing a giveaway for a collaboration journal that holds all these beautiful creations made throughout the month. And if you'd like a chance to win that, please pop over and watch her first video. I've linked it below for you and it has all the details in there of what you need to do. When you're gluing this piece down, make sure your drawer sits just above where the doors close, so then that's how it's going to hold this bottom drawer closed, is by the cupboard doors. I am also hosting my first YouTube giveaway, so I will attach that video below if you'd like to head over and check that one out. You win a gorgeous exclusively designed kit by Rachel, only one in a giveaway for this month, not available in store or nothing. So that's pretty exciting. Now we are ready to decorate the inside of our closet. I'm going to add journaling space to this one today. So so then it's easier for everyone to do. But if you have something like the napkin I used in the original one, go for it. It's hard to believe that Christmas is so close now. Where did this year go? I have no idea. I live in Australia, so our Christmases are very different to a lot of you watching probably. We don't have the beautiful white Christmas. We are stinking hot, and usually if there's a beach or you've got a pool, that's where your day's spent, with water. So meals are barbecues and seafoods and salads generally, although there is quite a lot of the population that still do the traditional hot dinners. I do a bit of both, but generally I choose the traditional hot dinner for my Christmas. My childhood was spent growing up on a large sheep property, and we always had the traditional hot lunches for Christmas every year. It was the one day we never worked the property. We actually got the day off and just hung around and chatted and ate way too much food. It was also one of the few times us kids were allowed to have a soft drink, so it was a real treat. So that part is done. We are now ready to write inside. When we close it up, you can see the gap and see obviously what's inside the cupboard. Now, to prevent that, you could extend one door further than the other so it sits behind it, but I like having the gap, so I add a flap to this inside. I add strips to both sides of the doors so they look cohesive, but you do not have to. This first strip we put down needs to overhang the door just a little bit, because that will be the flap that fills in the gap in between the two doors. My nana would make her own puddings for Christmas Day every year, and they'd hang for months in the food pantry, and I'd be so tempted to pinch one, but she knew how many was there. So now when we close this, you can see that the gap is nicely filled and looks really good. The first year that Nana put $1 and $2 coins into the puddings for Christmas as a special little treat for us kids was so hilarious. My Uncle John, he was called Big John, he was as tall as he was wide. Well, he didn't realise there was any money in the pudding and ate absolutely every single bit. But you couldn't take a bite of the pudding without a coin in there, so that just showed he didn't chew his food. Now we can go back to decorating the front, and I'm going to add a drawer using some cardstock just to emphasise the shape. Now that bit's done, we can move on to the knobs. I have punched some cardstock in 2 different sizes, just using hole punches, and chose to do these in brown for contrasting colour. For the door knobs, I've taken the smaller size circles and stacked 10 on top of each other and glued them together like a block, so it's nice and solid to hold our closure. And for the drawer, since it's just for looks, these are only stacked at 4 high. And now just add the larger circles to the small circles to create the doorknobs. These are stacked 2 high for the drawer, but for the cupboard doors, I've stacked them 4 high to give more stability. While that dries, we will flip it over and work on the back side. Just very simply, I am adding a journaling card to this tall pocket. And I think I will add this cute little tab on here as well. All that's left to do now is to add our closure, and I'm just going to use this gorgeous gold thread just to tie around the doorknobs, and that will hold everything closed. And that's our Santa's closet done. This can be used in so many different ways, and I will share a couple of ideas with you just in case you need that extra bit of inspiration. If you wanted to do a decorative cupboard like my Santa one, you could do a gorgeous lacy dress coming out of a shabby chic. You could add shelves and have cupboards of curiosities with bottles and bits for Halloween or horror journals. And then if you want to do something for the journaling side, ideas you could use this for is to add your own wish list, your kids' wish list, Santa gift list, all those ideas. Even make this as a kitchen pantry and keep your secret family recipe in there for a cooking journal. I think that sounds really fun. I'm going to have to do that one. Well, that's it from me for today. Thank you so very much for joining me. It was so fun to be a part of this collaboration. I hope I provided some inspiration for you and look forward to seeing you all again.